I mean, we got to start with Tesla, right?
I think that would do for me.
Well, anyway, once again, we can just see stocks that have important price levels. So we first got resistance around 360 back here in November and then again in February. So the stock is rallying, and where does it find resistance? The same level that was resistance before. If you're trading and something's going up and you're wondering where you should sell it, well, a lot of times when you get to a level that had been resistance before, there's resistance again. So there's an old Wall Street saying, sell at former peaks. And the reason why people say that is because of buyer's remorse. There are people who bought up here who regretted doing so, and they held on to their losing positions, and they said to themselves, if I can ever get out of this at break even, I'm going to. So when it finally gets back up there, you get enough remorseful. If you get enough remorseful buyers from here placing sell orders here, the level that was resistance can become resistance again. So then we go into this big sell-off yesterday, which I don't know why. I think that the market is just so strong that money is coming out of these some certain names like this to go into other places. There was a day this week, I think it was Tuesday, or maybe it was Wednesday, I'm not sure. 80 stocks in the S&P 500 made all-time highs. And the S&P 500 held up yesterday. I mean, above an important price level. It didn't really move much. But when you had Palantir and Tesla down so much, and the S&P, Palantir and Tesla are, a good part of the S&P 500. And for them to be down so much and the S&P to be holding in, to me, in terms of the S&P, that's what we would call good action. It's like something you really can't quantify. But anyway, so Tesla goes into this sell-off yesterday after it breaks this support level here. And where do we find support? At just some random price? And the answer is no, right around where there had been resistance. So people who sold regret selling when the price goes higher. And a lot of them say to themselves, if I could ever buy my shares back at the same price I sold them at, I will. So we get into a sell-off. Where do we find support? The same level that was resistance. I think that, Tesla's going to rebound. I think it was overdone.